Are you thinking of buying or selling a home, or are a real estate professional and want to keep up with what's happening with the Twin Cities real estate news, stats, trends, other things happening around the Twin Cities concerning our market? Then come hang out with us for a little while. Hi, I'm Kirk Duckwall, and welcome to the Twin Cities Real Estate Show. Today, we're going to be talking about buying or selling a home in the wintertime. Our short winter market, of course. I'm saying this as we're preparing for a snowstorm coming tomorrow. So people may think, well, geez, winter's going to drag on forever. But the thing is with real estate is if you think the spring market starts when it gets to be 60 or 70 degrees outside, you're wrong. Right. Right? Our spring market actually starts very shortly after the holiday season when things start to pick up, and we'll dive into that a little bit more in a second. First, I'd like to welcome Amanda Winterer. Thank you for bringing the snow.
Great to be here with all the winter weather.
Yeah.
And
nice
Chad Priebe, Bell Bank Mortgage. Thank
Good
you.
seeing
for
both of you
coming.
today.
You too.
Merry Christmas.
Yes. Merry Christmas, yeah. Happy holidays.
Yeah,
All of it.
Everything.
absolutely.
Yes. Just around the corner, I got to do my shopping later today.
Oh, you're not done?
No.
I mean, neither.
No, I got to get out to hit those stores. I could not. I don't know. Maybe I'm just becoming older and more cranky, but it sure seemed like just ridiculous amounts of traffic out this last Saturday for shopping time.
And no carts inside the store. That's what I'm noticing
Yes.
everywhere.
Right.
There's no one to bring in the carts.
That's the reason. Okay. I was wondering. I'm at Cub, and I'm like, I found 3 carts. I'm like, yes, carts.
Yeah. You got to bring them in with you.
I'm probably offering up like $50 an hour too to go grab carts.
Retail sales is going to look good. Right?
So coming into the holiday season, and what is our market doing right now? What does it look like it's going to do? We'll go over some market stats here, and then kind of in the next segment do a deep dive. What can buyers take out of the winter market? How can they take advantage of it, and how can sellers deal with the market at hand if you're actively on the market, as well as thinking about putting your house on the market over the next couple of months. Some tips there. So a couple things first, though. A lot of things that we discuss here are in our home buyer and seller guides, which you can go to TwinCitiesRealEstateShow.com, download those for free. Learn a lot about tips and tricks to deal with our market, whether you're buying or selling a home. Also, we have the BRIX report, a whole bunch about what's kind of happening around the Twin Cities. That one we put together once a year, so we got the new one coming out here in probably in the next 30 days or so, but we definitely have some good content in the last BRIX report as well. Again, TwinCitiesRealEstateShow.com. You can also reach out with any questions or show ideas that you have there as well. All right, diving into some of the stats that we have in our marketplace. It's so dry here. My fingers to get the pages here. All right. New listings into the marketplace. Not a big surprise. They're dropping, right? And that's normal for this time of year. This is also part of the reason we see that early, quote unquote, spring market in the Twin Cities, right? So new listings are dropping off. I mean, if we just go back to September, we were at almost 1,500 new listings coming into our marketplace a week. Right, and then now we're down to 686 and expected to continue to drop for the next few weeks. Usually new listings actually drop even into the January timeline. Okay. Pending sales has been dropping, but not as fast as last year on pending sales. Now, pending sales are down overall, but if you look at the pace of the drop, I think there's a lot of buyers that are still kind of keeping an eye out and trying to take advantage of what opportunities there are. We're going to get into that, of course, in the next segment,
right?
More in depth. But again, and we'll get to this piece in one second, but pending sales in September, 934, now down to 604. So the new listings was quite a bit higher than
Right.
pending sales back in September. So we're starting to pick up inventory. And that is a big driving factor in our market right now.
Right.
Now, pick up inventory over last year. Right? Where was the market last year at this time? Where is the market this year? Oh, as to our peak, yeah, inventory is coming down. And again, this is one of those big driving factors. But we are ahead of last year's inventory. So we are currently at 7,549 listings going back to that September timeline. It was 9,289 listings, right? So the market's coming down, but we're ahead of last year by 15.5% in total inventory out there. And I know when we did the mastermind the other day, we were, what's going to slow this market down? Well, we know what slowed the market down. It was rates, right? We talked about, well, is it going to be, baby boomers finally selling? Nope, wasn't that. Is it going to be new construction catches up? Nope, wasn't that. It was interest rates. Right? And, the other one, the shadow inventory of foreclosures. Is that going to change our market?
Still waiting.
Nope. No, I mean, it wasn't as more equity in people's homes people have today.
Yeah, I can't remember the percentage, but it's actually really eye-opening. Our equity rich, it was the term, which is a huge difference from 08. Huge difference.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and the other thing is inventory. We're going to talk about some interesting stats in the next segment about where we sit as far as market pace. But the big thing that's different is inventory.
Huge difference.
When the market was slowing down in 08 and 09, we were coming down from 36,000 listings in the Twin Cities marketplace.
Wow.
Again, we're at 7,549.
Yeah.
And this would explain why we're seeing our market actually starting to level off at this time of year, which actually is a normal thing at this time of year. And I know we've talked about normalization. We are definitely slower than last year, slower than the year before. But it's not like we haven't seen numbers similar to where we are today.
Right.
The biggest thing that's slower is the total number of homes sold.
Okay.
But you really want to put that into some context of, number of buyers out there and total amount of supply, month supply, all of that.
Right.
We are coming down in inventory, and that is a big factor in the pace of the market out there. I track sales as far as, or days on market, I should say, all over the Twin Cities, and we're kind of bouncing around right now. It's not getting too much. We've consistently gone from like 11 days on market average, and now we're up to 40. But we've kind of hit, 40 days on market, right? But we're starting to bounce around now. It's okay. We've gotten up to this 40-ish, and now it's kind of holding there.
Right.
So I don't expect a whole lot of change, and would think that that's going to start to come down as we bottom out on inventory and the buyers come into the marketplace.
Right.
All right. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Again, if you have any questions or comments, show ideas, submit them, TwinCitiesRealEstateShow.com. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home there, all of our contact info there as well. And you can download all of those free publications. When we come back, we're going to do a deep dive into the winter market and how buyers and sellers can navigate that. We'll be right back. Our local sponsors are BRIX Real Estate, Network Title, Eric Bloomstrand and Chad Priebe with Bell Bank Mortgage, Structure Tech Home Inspections, James Tufson with Country Financial, along with Cregan's Construction and Grey Duck Staging and Design.
Hi, I'm Ruben with Structure Tech Home Inspections. Everyone knows you should have a home inspection before you buy a home, but we've heard of home buyers being encouraged to skip the home inspection in this crazy market to make their purchase offer more attractive. Now they're facing tens of thousands of dollars in unexpected repairs. I'm telling you now, don't skip the home inspection. Here at Structure Tech, we can get your home inspected quickly, and we offer a full line of services. Visit us online at structuretech.com to learn more.
Don't fall for the billboards or the clickbait. There is no such thing as today's rate. Mortgages and mortgage rates are individual to you. Chad Priebe and Eric Bloomstrand with Bell Bank Mortgage are here to show you the formula to get your best rate. Once you know this formula, you can mortgage shop with confidence. Find us online at chadpriebe.com. That is chadpriebe.com. NMLS 1462493, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Kirk Duckwall with BRIX Real Estate and the Twin Cities Real Estate Show. Buying or selling a home is one of the biggest financial transactions people make. Before you make your next move, download our free Smart Home Buyer or Smart Seller guides to give you the edge in our real estate market. From deal hunting to knowing the right repairs for maximizing value, these free guides have it all. Check them out and more at BRIXTwinCities.com under publications. Welcome back to the Twin Cities Real Estate Show. I'm going to kind of dive in this segment on buying or selling in the Twin Cities area in the winter time. A lot of people get worried, whether it is a seller or buyer. I don't want to move in the winter.
Hear that a lot.
Right? I don't want to move in the winter. Well, here's the thing. If you're making an offer in January, depending on the offer that you make, you might probably not close until March. You could just set the closing date for March, right? Go for a little longer close. That's what I talk to people about. Or listing your home, If we're really timing out the best time to put a home on the market, we're not going to say, let's put it on the week before Christmas. We're probably going to go, let's look for kind of that mid-January to mid-February timeline.
Right.
We know that peak sale prices happen kind of in the week around March 15th in the Twin Cities. So, and this is because we have the maximum number of buyers with the biggest spread between inventory, if that makes sense. I mean, more buyers do come in later, but it's the biggest gap between buyers and inventory.
Right.
So if you took that 40 days on market count, counted it back from March 15th, you could almost time when the best time to sell is. And I'm always saying, Super Bowl Sunday is like the demarcation line between winter and spring for the real estate world.
Yeah.
And so, and for anybody out there, and I know I've had many listeners in the past really appreciate the advice of, no, don't wait until your gardens are pretty. You want the snow on the ground or the brown, because if you wait until it's green, you're going to miss out on some green for sellers.
It could be June before you have things coming up in your garden.
Right. That look really good. Right. So you've missed that peak time that's in there. So we're going to get into that with sellers a little bit more, but for buyers out there, we're seeing home sales. Now, this is not prices. Home sales down by about 30%. So we're seeing that higher inventory, more options at this time of year than we've seen in a really, really, really long time.
That gets me excited.
Yeah.
That's a big deal for buyers. I mean, over the last 2.5, 3 years, it's been a firestorm, whether you're a buyer or seller, right? So this brings up some opportunity.
I mean, at the same time last year, we were dealing with an inclining market between the Christmas and Thanksgiving and Christmas New Year's timeframe.
Right.
The market was actually picking up speed.
It felt like it.
That's not all that normal.
No.
Right? That we saw the market meter moving up. And so we are now in a market that's pretty level and has been for the last 5 or 6 weeks. So this is kind of keeping competition levels pretty stable, which is a mild buyer's market range, which again, we haven't seen for a while.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a few years.
Right.
But to put some ease into sellers, this is not extreme buyer's market. This is mild buyer's market range. And this will change. This will change in a few weeks, right? That we will start to see that shift as more and more people get into the market. Well, why do they get into the market? Well, the holidays tend to trigger buyers to get into the marketplace, right? They're sitting around, they have some time, they realize that their place might not be adequate to have guests too, or they're at somebody else's house and like, oh, it'd be nice to do this,
Yeah, good
Yeah.
point.
right? And so because family's in town, oh, maybe we should go look at some homes, right? And they start thinking about it. I've honestly seen a lot of my listings sell in between Christmas and New Year's, right? Because people have time. They're
Right.
on those breaks. They have those opportunities. They're maybe getting pushed a little bit.
Yeah.
I know I'm actually putting a listing on a couple days before Christmas this year because I want it on during that time so people can see it.
Yeah,
And
nice.
book those showings, especially with the Monday being the observed holiday this year.
Oh, yeah.
That-
Yeah,
that it
people
gives
will
somebody-
be out seeing houses.
Yeah.
Right.
You got to do something with the time. They don't want to sit around with the family.
Right.
It's time to get out.
You know, a topic I've been talking about with a lot of renters right now is their point to me is, Chad, hey, my lease isn't up until April. We don't want to start looking this early. We're just going to be let down when we find something we love. And the conversation I have with them is, don't not look, right? Because when you close on your mortgage, let's say you close in February, your first payment isn't due until April 1st. You close in March, your first payment isn't due until May. So time that out accordingly. Don't miss out on the
best market.
opportunity, the best market, because you're going to have that lag in mortgage payment, so you won't be doubled up.
And review your lease. Do you have a lease break term? I mean,
Good
or a
point.
fee? What is it actually going to cost to be in a more competitive market if you wait?
And our market right now is down about 7.5% from its peak earlier this year.
Okay.
Now, to people out there going, oh my gosh, is that a crash? No, that's a seasonal normal. It's a little bit more than the past couple years, but we can go back to just 2015 and see a similar pace, actually 8% drop, right? So. And that wasn't all that crazy of a year. And you look at years like 17, 18, 19, you're more in the 6% range. So, I mean, you have an opportunity to take advantage of a little bit larger seasonal drop out there as a buyer. Time it correctly, like you're saying.
Right.
You can go with an extended, a little longer close, especially with these properties that are sitting out there for a while longer.
Correct.
And yeah, you are getting in before the market gets crazy because, again, it's March 15th when those prices really peak out. So, and they're at their bottoms typically right around now.
Right.
So this is the best time. We do tend to see another kind of slower period in that June, July timeframe where things kind of ease up. But again, prices are up a bit more at that time of year. A couple interesting stats out there is that right now we're seeing inspections waived at its lowest number in a couple of years. Again, for single-family homes, I've never recommended that as a good idea, except for one guy. He was an inspector.
Right.
He's like, let's check this house out on the show. Yeah. And so we're seeing that at about 15% waived. And we know we're always going to have a certain percentage because of condos and townhomes and that. 86% of the time, they're getting negotiated on post-inspection.
God, that's a win.
Yeah.
That's incredible for buyers. Yeah.
Good news.
And we understand out there, rates are up. There's no doubt about it. But, the thing is historically rates have been a lot closer to 5 than they have 3. And if you're sitting waiting around for 3 again,
Good
you'd
luck.
be waiting a long time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'd be looking at, hey, does a buy down make sense? How long are you going to be in the home, right? You can
Correct.
take advantage of this. At the end of the day, you buy a home right now, some people will be saving $25,000, $30,000, $40,000 over prices where they were, a little bit ago. That's money in the bank when you go to sell. Right.
Well, and if you're waiting for those low interest rates, think about the appreciation you're missing out on in your property that you could be gaining. And, maybe there will be a better interest rate someday. and
Did you
can
watch
refinance.
that? Did you watch that cost of savings too?
That was great.
Yeah,
Great way to paint the picture.
$86,000.
I was just going to say that. Yeah, $86,000. That's huge money.
So it did
Is lost appreciation?
Well, I did a video.
Yeah.
I did a video back in 2018, and then I redid a recap of that video this year. I said, "Hey, here's what we project. This is going to happen over the next couple of years." And that absolutely happened, and more. So over that 5 years, a buyer would have had to save $86,000 to just buy the exact same home. Whereas a buyer who would have bought back then would have gained $86,000 in equity.
Yeah, I'd take $86,000 in equity today.
So
Yeah.
Also, a couple of other notable points. We'll touch on the seller stuff here in a minute in the next segment, but. We're also seeing seller paid rolled in closing costs getting covered 57% of the time out there. Very good. So absolutely opportunity to have the interest rate buy down potentially put into that.
Absolutely, 100%.
Obviously, that's something you want to talk about with your specific situation, if that makes sense. Also, the one thing as a potential disadvantage to this time of year is making sure the roof is inspectable.
Yes.
But I will say there's companies like Structure Tech who will actually rake the roofs and check the roofs to make sure they're in decent shape. So you want to make sure you're getting the best that you can for an inspection at this time of year. But there's so many advantages that you can come across as far as deal hunting. As mentioned, when we come back, I'm going to talk a little bit about selling right now or thinking about selling in the upcoming marketplace. I first wanted to mention, though, if you go to TwinCitiesRealEstateShow.com, not only can you download all of our free publications, but we have 2 upcoming classes. We have a class Selling Smart, which maximizing return and eliminating stress, anxiety in the sale process. That is January 25th, as well as the Smart Home Buyer. That is February 1st. You can get more information on both of those classes at TwinCitiesRealEstateShow.com. Click on classes. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Not every title company is the same. There are many people involved with each real estate transaction, and all of them need to be in the loop or a closing may get delayed. This is why the people at Network Title strive to provide swift scheduling and communication between the buyers, sellers, agents, and lenders. We know moving can be stressful, however, your closing does not need to be. Check us out online at network-title.com.
My name is James Tobson with Country Financial. Anyone can sell you insurance. However, is it going to be the insurance you need? When life pops up with its surprises, you want the right coverage. When it comes time to find or renew your policy, give me a call. I would love to review your existing policy and show you what I can do for you. You can email me at james.tobson@countryfinancial.com or give me a call at 651-365-3408.
Hi, I'm Becca, owner of Grey Duck Staging. With today's home buyers beginning their journey exclusively online, the look and feel of your home matters more than ever. Whether it's a simple in-home consultation, a refresh using your current furniture, or a whole home staging, our goal is always the same: showing your home in the best light and helping you achieve the highest sales price possible. To learn more, visit us at greyduckstaging.com or check us out on Instagram at greyduckstaging.
Welcome back to the Twin Cities Real Estate Show. Again, check us out online, TwinCitiesRealEstateShow.com, for past shows you can see there, as well as being able to download our free home buyer, home seller guides. Along with that, the BRIX report. Before we wrap up this segment, I just want to thank both of you for coming in again. Hope you both have a great holiday season, as this is the last show we're going to record.
Yeah.
Until
You
after
too, Kirk.
the new year.
Yeah,
So,
thank you, Kirk. You too. You too, Amanda.
You too, Chad.
It's a pleasure
You
being
too,
here.
Chad. You too, Amanda.
Well, I learn a lot from this, you guys, and this is cool. So, yeah, not to get into that, but
So for sellers, I want to touch on this. If you are on the market right now, just a couple of tips. 68, not so great. 74, sell for more. What do I mean by that? Don't drop that temp way down. When people go into your house, they're cold.
Oh, yeah.
Even if you're not there, go in, make sure that the temp's a little bit warmer. That $10, $20, $100 you might spend a month on heating costs could cost you $10,000 on your sale price. Because people, I mean, I've seen people go into a home that's at 50 degrees. Furnace works just fine, but they're like, something's wrong with the furnace. Yeah. Why would they do that? Right?
And you won't stay as long.
No.
Right.
They're not comfortable. They want to leave.
Yeah.
You're right. They're taking off their shoes. They're walking around on your cold floor. Not a good idea. Make sure you're keeping snow cleared this time of year for showings, right? Don't make people go through
those walks.
Yep. Throw a little extra WD-40 on the locks, right? So
I learned that from you with my aunt's property. Yeah, that's huge.
making sure you have that. Pricing is more important than ever in a market that's moving a little slower. Make sure you're coming up with a pricing strategy. List price can go one of two ways. It can be a guess, or it can be a feeling I would like to get,
right?
Or it can be a strategy. And that strategy helps you maximize sale prices. We know that homes that have a good strategy, a good marketing plan, sell in about half the time on average.
That could be 20 days right now.
Right. Yep. So, but if you're not on the market right now, wait a few weeks, right? The market picks up. It almost doubles after the New Year's as far as market pace. We go from an average number of showings in the 2s per week into the 5s. We see the market kind of cross this threshold. When it breaks 4, the market really starts moving again. So again, want to thank everybody for tuning in and listening. As always, any real estate questions, please reach out, 651-303-0019. Happy to help answer those. Download our free guides, TwinCitiesRealEstateShow.com. You can also check out our Mastermind the Market videos that we put out on there to really keep up to date exactly what's happening with the Twin Cities market. We'll see everybody after the New Year's. People always ask realtors, what is your commission? But what they should be asking is, what is your rate of return? Commissions only vary by a couple of % from agent to agent. However, the price per square foot you get just based on their experience and the quality of marketing they use can vary by 10% or more. At BRIX Real Estate, our agents use the right marketing and have the experience to get you top dollar for your house. See what we can do for you at BRIXTwinCities.com.
Not every title company is the same. There are many people involved with each real estate transaction, and all of them need to be in the loop or a closing may get delayed. This is why the people at Network Title strive to provide swift scheduling and communication between the buyers, sellers, agents, and lenders. We know moving can be stressful, however, your closing does not need to be. Check us out online at network-title.com.
Don't forget to check us out online anytime at TwinCitiesRealEstateShow.com. There you can find all of our past shows, our weekly market updates, along with the latest and greatest searching and researching tools, and our free publications to include the Smart Home Buyer Guide and the Smart Seller Guide, along with the BRIX Report. All of these free for you. If you have any real estate questions, please feel free to give us a call, 651-303-0019. Again, 651-303-0019. Happy to help answer any of your real estate questions or assist with your real estate needs.